Question 1. You're following two cyclists as they approach a roundabout in the left-hand lane. Where would you expect the cyclists to go? The correct answer is C, any direction. Cyclists approaching a roundabout in the left-hand lane may be turning right but may not have been able to get into the correct lane due to heavy traffic. They may also feel safer keeping to the left all the way around the roundabout. Be aware of them and give them plenty of room. Question 2. What color are the reflective studs along the left-hand edge of the motorway? The correct answer is C, red. Reflective studs are used to help you in poor visibility. Different colors are used so that you'll know which lane you're in. These are red on the left-hand edge of the carriageway, white between lanes, amber on the right-hand edge of the carriageway, green between the carriageway and slip roads. Question 3. You're approaching a crossroads. What should you do if the traffic lights have failed? The correct answer is D, be prepared to stop for any traffic. When approaching a junction where the traffic lights have failed, you should proceed with caution. Treat the situation as an unmarked junction and be prepared to stop. Question 4. What's the purpose of the yellow lines painted across the road? The correct answer is C, to make you aware of your speed. These lines may be painted on the road on the approach to a roundabout, a village or a particular hazard. The lines are raised and painted yellow, and their purpose is to make you aware of your speed. Reduce your speed in good time so that you avoid having to brake harshly over the last few meters before reaching the junction. Question 5. Why are place names painted on the road surface? The correct answer is C, to help you select the correct lane in good time. The names of towns and cities may be painted on the road at busy junctions and complex road systems. They guide you into the correct lane in good time, allowing traffic to flow more freely. Question 6. Which sign informs you that you're coming to a no-through road? The correct answer is C. This sign is found at the entrance to a road that can only be used for access. Question 7. You arrive at the scene of a crash where someone is bleeding heavily. What could you do to help? The correct answer is D. Apply pressure over the wound. If possible, lay the casualty down. Protect yourself from exposure to blood and, when you're sure there's nothing in the wound, apply firm pressure using clean material. Question 8. Where would it be unsafe to overtake? The correct answer is C. Approaching a junction. You should overtake only when it's really necessary and you can see it's clear ahead. Look out for road signs and markings that show it's illegal or would be unsafe to overtake, for example, approaching junctions or bends. In many cases, overtaking is unlikely to significantly improve your journey time. Question 9. When must your vehicle have valid insurance cover? The correct answer is D. Before you can tax the vehicle. Your vehicle must have valid insurance cover before you can tax it. If required, it will also need to have a valid MO certificate. You can tax your vehicle online, by phone or at certain post offices. Question 10. What do you need before you can legally use a motor vehicle on the road? The correct answer is A, an appropriate driving license. Using a motor vehicle on the road illegally carries a heavy fine and can lead to penalty points on your driving license. You must hold a valid driving license for the class of vehicle you're using, be insured to drive the vehicle. If required, the vehicle must have a current mode test certificate and be taxed for use on the road. Question 11. Why is it more difficult to overtake a large vehicle than a car? The correct answer is A. It will take longer to overtake a large vehicle. Depending on relative speed, it will usually take you longer to pass a lorry than other vehicles. Hazards to watch for include oncoming traffic, junctions ahead, bends or dips that could restrict your view, and signs or road markings that prohibit overtaking. Make sure you can see that it's safe to complete the maneuver before you start to overtake. Question 12. Which arm signal tells you that the car you're following is going to pull up? The correct answer is C. There may be occasions when drivers need to give an arm signal to confirm their intentions. This could include in bright sunshine, at a complex road layout, when stopping at a pedestrian crossing, or when turning right just after passing a parked vehicle. You should understand what each arm signal means. If you give arm signals, make them clear, correct and decisive. Question 13. At an incident, someone is unconscious. What would be the first thing to check? The correct answer is D, whether their airway is open. Remember this procedure by saying DRABC. This stands for danger, response, airway, breathing, circulation. Give whatever first aid you can and stay with the injured person until a medical professional takes over. Question 14. How can you identify traffic signs that give orders? The correct answer is D, they're circular with a red border. There are three basic types of traffic sign: those that warn, those that inform and those that give orders. Generally, triangular signs warn, rectangular signs give information or directions, and circular signs give orders. An exception is the 8-sided stop sign. Question 15. What's the maximum fine for driving or riding without insurance? The correct answer is A, unlimited. Driving or riding without insurance is a serious offense. As well as an unlimited fine, you may be disqualified or incur penalty points. Question 16. You're on a country road. What should you expect to see coming towards you on your side? The correct answer is C, pedestrians. On a quiet country road, always be aware that there may be a hazard just around the next bend, such as a slow-moving vehicle or pedestrians. Pedestrians are advised to walk on the right-hand side of the road if there's no pavement, so they may be walking towards you on your side of the road. Question 17. How can drinking alcohol affect your ability to drive or ride? The correct answer is A, your ability to judge speed will be reduced. Alcohol will severely reduce your ability to drive or ride safely, and there are serious consequences if you're caught over the drink-drive limit. It's known that alcohol can affect your judgment, cause overconfidence, reduce coordination and control. Question 18. What should you do if you begin to feel drowsy while you're driving? The correct answer is A. Stop and rest as soon as possible. You'll be putting other road users at risk if you continue to drive when you're drowsy. Pull over and stop in a safe place for a rest. If you're driving a long distance, think about finding some accommodation so you can rest for longer before continuing your journey. Question 19. You're looking for somewhere to park your vehicle. Neither you or your passenger are disabled. What should you do if the only free spaces are marked for disabled drivers? The correct answer is D. Wait for a regular parking space to become free. It's illegal to park in a space reserved for disabled drivers unless you're permitted to do so. These spaces are provided for people with limited mobility, who may need extra space to get in and out of their vehicle. Question 20. What should you do when you're driving along a road that has a series of road humps? The correct answer is C. Stay at a reduced speed for the whole stretch of road. Traffic calming measures are designed to protect vulnerable road users. Keep your speed down where traffic calming measures are in place. Question 21. You're turning right from a main road into a side road. There's no oncoming traffic. What should you do if pedestrians are standing on the pavement to cross the side road? The correct answer is C. Wait and give way to the pedestrians. You should give way to pedestrians crossing or waiting to cross the road into which or from which you're turning. Be patient if they're cautious and take their time checking that it's safe before they step into the road. Question 22. You're on a long motorway journey and feel sleepy. What should you do? The correct answer is D. Leave the motorway and stop in a safe place. If you feel sleepy, you should leave the motorway at a service area or at the next exit and stop in a safe place to rest. A supply of fresh air can help to keep you alert before you reach the exit, but it's not a substitute for stopping and resting. Question 23. You're driving on an icy road. What distance from the car in front should you drive? The correct answer is D. 10 times the normal distance. Do not travel in icy or snowy weather unless your journey is essential. Drive extremely carefully when roads are or may be icy. Stopping distances can be 10 times greater than on dry roads. Question 24. Who's responsible for making sure that a vehicle is not overloaded? The correct answer is A. The driver of the vehicle. Carrying heavy loads will affect control and the vehicle's handling characteristics. If the vehicle you're driving is overloaded, you'll be held responsible. Question 25. Why should you never wave people across at pedestrian crossings? The correct answer is A. Another vehicle may be coming. If people are waiting to use a pedestrian crossing, slow down and be prepared to stop. Do not wave them across the road, because another driver may not have seen them, may not have seen your signal, and may not be able to stop safely. Question 26. Where would you expect to see these markers? The correct answer is C. On a heavy goods vehicle. These markers must be fitted to vehicles over 13 meters long, heavy goods vehicles, and rubbish skips placed in the road. They're reflective to make them easier to see in the dark. Question 27. Where may you overtake on a one-way street? The correct answer is D, on either the right or the left. You can overtake other traffic on either side when traveling in a one-way street. Make full use of your mirrors and make sure it's clear all around before you attempt to overtake. Look for signs and road markings, and use the most suitable lane for your destination. Question 28. What does this sign mean? The correct answer is D, no overtaking. Road signs that prohibit overtaking are placed in locations where passing the vehicle in front is dangerous. If you see this sign, do not attempt to overtake. The sign is there for a reason, you must obey it. Question 29. What's the meaning of this traffic sign? The correct answer is C, you have priority over vehicles coming towards you. Do not force your way through. Show courtesy and consideration to other road users. Although you have priority, make sure oncoming traffic is going to give way before you continue. Question 30. What does this sign mean? The correct answer is C, cycle route ahead. Where there's a cycle route ahead, a sign will show a bicycle in a red warning triangle. Watch out for children on bicycles and cyclists rejoining the main road. Question 31. What should you do when you see this sign on a motorway? The correct answer is A, leave the motorway at the next exit. You'll see this sign if the motorway is closed ahead. Pull into the left-hand lane as soon as it's safe to do so. Do not wait until the last moment before you move across, because the lane may be busy and you'll have to rely on another driver making room for you. Question 32. When are you allowed to use hazard warning lights? The correct answer is A, when stopped and temporarily obstructing traffic. You must not use hazard warning lights while moving, except to warn traffic behind when you slow suddenly on a motorway or unrestricted dual carriageway. Never use hazard warning lights to excuse dangerous or illegal parking. Question 33. What's the nearest you may park to a junction? The correct answer is A, 10 meters, 32 feet. Do not park within 10 meters, 32 feet, of a junction, unless in an authorized parking place. This is to allow drivers emerging from, or turning into, the junction a clear view of the road they're joining. It also allows them to see hazards such as pedestrians or cyclists at the junction. Question 34. When should you flash your headlights at other road users? The correct answer is D, when letting them know that you're there. You should only flash your headlights to warn others of your presence. Do not use them to greet others, show impatience or give priority to other road users, because they could misunderstand your signal. Question 35. What should you do as you approach this overhead bridge? The correct answer is C. Be prepared to give way to large vehicles in the middle of the road. Oncoming large vehicles may need to move to the middle of the road to pass safely under the bridge. There will not be enough room for you to continue, so you should be ready to stop and wait. Question 36. What's the national speed limit on a single carriageway road for cars and motorcycles? The correct answer is C, 60 miles per hour. Exceeding the speed limit is dangerous and can result in you receiving penalty points on your license. It's not worth it. You should know the speed limit for the road that you're on by observing the road signs. Different speed limits apply if you're towing a trailer. Question 37. What should you do if you see a large box fall from a lorry onto the motorway? The correct answer is A. Go to the next emergency telephone and report the hazard. Lorry drivers can be unaware of objects falling from their vehicles. If you see something fall onto a motorway, look to see if the driver pulls over. If they do not stop, do not attempt to retrieve the object yourself. Pull onto the hard shoulder near an emergency telephone and report the hazard. Question 38. You arrive at the scene of a motorcycle crash. The rider is injured. When should their helmet be removed? The correct answer is A. Only when it's essential. Do not remove a motorcyclist's helmet unless it's essential. Remember, they may be suffering from shock. Do not give them anything to eat or drink, but do reassure them confidently. Question 39. When could the cost of your insurance be reduced? The correct answer is D. When you complete the Pass Plus scheme. The cost of insurance varies with your age and how long you've been driving. Usually, the younger you are, the more expensive it is, especially if you're under 25. Pass Plus provides additional training to newly qualified drivers. The scheme is recognized by many insurance companies, and taking this extra training could give you reduced insurance premiums, as well as improving your skills and experience. Question 40. How can you reduce the chances of your car being broken into when leaving it unattended? The correct answer is C. Traffic will move into the left-hand lane. Be courteous and allow the traffic to merge into the left-hand lane. Question 41. What might you expect to happen in this situation? The correct answer is A. Take all valuables with you. When leaving your car, take all valuables with you if you can. Otherwise, lock them out of sight. Question 42. What must you do if your eyesight has become very poor and you're no longer able to meet the driver's eyesight requirements? The correct answer is A. Tell the driver licensing authority. Having very poor eyesight will have a serious effect on your ability to drive safely. If you cannot meet the driver's eyesight requirements, you must tell DVLA, or DVA in Northern Ireland. Question 43. You've broken down on a two-way road. You have a warning triangle. How far from your vehicle should you place the warning triangle? The correct answer is C. 45 meters, 147 feet. Advance warning triangles fold flat and do not take up much room. Use one to warn other road users if your vehicle has broken down or if there has been an incident. Place it at least 45 meters, 147 feet, behind your vehicle, or the incident, on the same side of the road or verge. Place it further back if the scene is hidden by, for example, a bend, hill or dip in the road. Do not use warning triangles on motorways. Question 44. What should you do if your vehicle has a puncture on a motorway? The correct answer is C. Pull up on the hard shoulder or in an emergency area and call for assistance. Pull up on the hard shoulder or in an emergency area and call for assistance. Do not attempt to repair your vehicle while it's on the hard shoulder, because of the risk posed by traffic passing at high speeds. Question 45. Which lights should you use when you're driving in a tunnel? The correct answer is C. Dipped headlights. Before entering a tunnel, you should switch on your dipped headlights, as this will allow you to see and be seen. In many tunnels, it's a legal requirement. Do not wear sunglasses while you're driving in a tunnel. Question 46. You're driving on the motorway. What should you do if luggage falls from your vehicle? The correct answer is A. Stop at the next emergency telephone and report the incident. If any object falls onto the motorway carriageway from your vehicle, pull onto the hard shoulder near an emergency telephone and call for assistance. Do not stop on the carriageway or attempt to retrieve anything. Question 47. What's the speed limit for a car towing a trailer on a motorway? The correct answer is C. 60 miles per hour. If you're towing a small, light trailer, it will not reduce your vehicle's performance by very much and it may not be visible in your mirrors. However, strong winds or buffeting from large vehicles might cause the trailer to snake from side to side. Be aware of your speed and do not exceed the reduced speed limit imposed on vehicles towing trailers. Question 48. Why is it particularly important to check your vehicle before making a long motorway journey? The correct answer is D. Continuous high speeds increase the risk of your vehicle breaking down. Before you start your journey, make sure that your vehicle can cope with the demands of high-speed driving. You should check a number of things, the main ones being fuel, oil, water and tires. You also need to plan rest stops if you're making a long journey. Question 49. A cycle lane, marked by a solid white line, is in operation. What does this mean for car drivers? The correct answer is D. They must not drive along the lane. While it's in operation, other vehicles must not use this part of the carriageway except to pick up or set down passengers. At other times, when the lane is not in operation, you should still be aware that there may be cyclists using the lane. Give them plenty of room as you pass and allow for their movement from side to side, especially in windy weather or on a bumpy road. Question 50. You're driving in the right-hand lane of a dual carriageway, sign showing that the right-hand lane is closed 800 yards ahead? The correct answer is D. Move to the left in good time. Keep a lookout for traffic signs. If you're directed to change lanes, do so in good time. Do not push your way into traffic in another lane or try to gain advantage by delaying changing lanes.